I'm going to speak directly to Annie, so bear with me. Annie, you are a fantastic colleague, and the contribution that you've made to Salisbury School, to Turing Grove, has been immense over the years. I remember first meeting you when I arrived about 18 months ago and being immensely struck by your incredibly professional and calm approach to your work. You've been a fabulous team builder. I think that's one of the best things to say about Annie. She's worked so quietly, so seriously, so dedicatedly with every member of her team, and she truly knows and values every single one of them. And that's a fantastic thing, because then you know how to get the best out of people and where you need to step in. And Annie has produced some tremendous results. So Annie, you really have been a fantastic contributor to the success of this school, and the legacy that you leave behind is absolutely massive. And I know that Adam's going to add and hopefully tell a few funny stories about you as well. I've done the serious bit. Adam, you come and tell the funny stuff.
I know there's one reason why I bunk this day every year. On the most emotionally raw days of my life, and I have to follow the head, the English department, and a comedian to do the speeches. Before I cry through this next speech, I would like to quite quickly just say a story that tells a lot about Barbara Miller. Just very, very quickly, Sophie Wheel, you might know her somehow. She's, in her aspirations, she put quite seriously that she aspires to be a wag. And I was just talking to her, and she said, "Oh, I've done so well. I've done so well in my childcare. I've done brilliantly. I'm going to university. It's the only thing I've ever achieved. And you know what? It's all down to Miss Miller." And I was horrible to her. And she goes, she realises now how great she was. So, just a little story. We're going to say goodbye today to Annie after 15 years. It's very difficult. I'm very nervous, as you can realise. It's very difficult to say goodbye to someone after such a long time. Annie's helped everyone in humanities, but I wanted to make this speech because she's helped me the most, and she's needed to. It's also weird to say goodbye to Annie here and make a speech here, because I'm half expecting, after 8 years of mentoring, for Annie to call me up and give me constructive but critical feedback as well. I'd like to talk about Annie and her particular subject. That's not to do down other subjects in humanities, which we all know are almost as good as history. Like a lot of history teachers, starting out about 10 years ago, I used to think that history was a collection of dates and big events. Every kid knows what happened in 1066. Thank you very much. My point proven. Every kid knows what happened in 1066. And in terms of big events and dates, Annie's statistics are impressive. She's seen 8 head teachers arrive. She's taught 3,600 students, 12,600 hours of lessons, and picked up about 50 schoolboy crushes at last count. But I think I can reflect on some anecdotes that probably show a little bit more about what Annie's done than those pure statistics. How she made lessons fun. Watching the usually sedentary Enrico Reich, he's the less militant second Reich, astride a school chair with a headdress on, balancing an 8-foot bamboo lance, saying, "This is how crazy horse beat Custer." It was quite a GCSE lesson that I observed. Her support for students and colleagues, telling us how great 9R are. 9R! With Bruno and Atterbert Dink and Murat the Axeman. Or letting me house sit when I was homeless. Or even how she puts Farid and myself in our place at every team meeting. Much deserved. I think these show Annie's essential history much more than those statistics. Seljan tells me that Annie, many people tell me, Annie is an angel. But I think, even considering that she comes from Warwick University, that she has too good a sense of humour to be described as this. I went along with this description of an angel for my first few months of being here. And then one day, in a crowded staff room, Annie was sat next to Maria Nevaeh, and she reached across to get a book. Now, some of you may remember, Maria Nevaeh was not our most timid teacher. As Annie reached across, Maria shouted out, "Nice white knickers, Annie!" Now, I was mortified, and I expected Annie, as this angel, to be equally embarrassed. But she just got a book, turned around, smiled that serene smile, looked down and went, "Yeah, I got married in these." Annie's not perfect. She still throws like a girl, and she can cement her history classes with her singing voice. But we often talk about legacy, and we use grand words. But for Annie's legacy, I'd say that she helped everyone in humanities. She helped us produce better lessons, be better teachers, help the kids enjoy the lessons more, and therefore learn more. And I'll miss her. Thank you.